Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will study Bressenham circle drawing algorithm. The main features of the algorithm is we are given a computer screen as a grid of pixel and a circle is to be drawn. The input to the algorithm will be the radius r and the center xc, yc. But during the calculation, to simplify the calculation, the pixel positions are obtained with respect to the origin 0, 0, and then later it is shifted to the given center xc and yc. So calculations are done with respect to origin. The very first point on the circle will be 0, r, considering this as an x-axis and this as a y-axis. Objective of the algorithm is to identify these pixel positions along the circle path. What are the pixels? Which pixel should be selected so that they lie in the path of a circle? As the concept which is given by Bressenhams, those pixels are selected which are very much closer to the circle path. Algorithm will identify the pixels which are closer to the circle path and those pixels will be plotted. That is a fundamental objective of Bressenham's circle drawing algorithm. Every time the first pixel will be 0 r, 0 x-axis, because we are considering this as a y-axis and this as a x-axis and 0, 0 as an origin. So this is radius, so first pixel will be 0, r. Inside the loop, during the calculation, the value of x will be incremented by 1 and decision will be taken on y, whether y will be y or it will be y minus 1. As it is visible in the diagram, when since the first pixel is 0 r, when we move along the circumference of the circle in this direction, the value of y will be reducing gradually by 1. However, the value of x will always be incremented by 1. So value of x is incremented by 1 and decision is taken on the y value, whether it will be y or y minus 1, like this. So since this is a given actual circular path and these are the two candidate pixels amongst which the decision is to be taken, along the x-axis the value of x is incremented by 1, whereas decision is taken on y whether we have to choose a upper pixel or a lower pixel. The pixel which is nearer to the circle path will be taken into consideration as the final pixel. Calculations are done in one octant. We follow an octant symmetry, meaning we'll perform the calculation in one octant and rest of the points are obtained using the octant symmetry. So calculations in circle drawing algorithm are reduced by using octant symmetry. Question here next arises, which we need to work upon, is how to obtain pixels which are nearer to the circle path. For that, so Bressenham circle drawing algorithm uses decision parameter as a distance of the pixel from the circle path. To find out the distance, the equation of a circle will be used and that equation is obtained by the formula which is given like this, where P1 and P2 are the 2 points and this is a distance between the 2 points. It is a square of a distance. We take the square root, we'll get a distance. So square of the distance between the 2 points is given by this equation. This formula will be used to calculate the distance of the pixel from the circle path. So we are given a circle with respect to the center and inside the loop, current pixel is xk, yk. For the next pixel, we have to decide between these 2 points. Either the next pixel will be t or the s. Whichever is closer to the path is to be selected by the algorithm. For that, we'll find out a distance. So this distance of t from the circle path is obtained by subtracting two values. One is this minus radius. So between 0, 0 and t is obtained by the distance equation and we substitute x1, y1 as 0 and x2, y2 as the coordinates of the t. Then we get an equation of dt and we subtract r square. So this is a square quantity. We are not taking a square root. So we get one value as dt. Another distance value which we obtain, that is the distance of s from the circle path, is again obtained by subtracting two quantities. One is distance between 0, 0 and s minus r square. So we get dt as this. Now in both the cases we know that when we calculate ds, ds is calculated by bigger quantity minus a smaller quantity. So dt will always be positive, whereas ds is obtained by subtracting smaller length from a bigger length. So it will always be negative. Decision parameter will be the addition of these two terms, which will either be positive or it will be negative. The value of the decision parameter is positive or negative depends upon the fact ki how close t or s is towards the circle path. If the value is negative, that means dt plus ds is negative. That means dt is less than ds. dt is less than ds. T is closer to the circle path. We will choose t. That means next yk value will be yk. Otherwise, if the decision parameter, if the addition of these two quantities is greater than 0, that means dt is greater, that means this length is greater than ds, we'll choose s, algorithm will choose s, and the value of yk plus 1 will be yk minus 1. This becomes a decision parameter for the Bressenham circle drawing algorithm. So iteratively, every time the value of x will be incremented by 1 and the value of y will be either yk or yk minus 1. Based on the decision parameter, either yk is chosen or yk minus 1 is chosen. So we add up these two values dt plus ds as per the equation which is obtained over here, and we get this complete additive term. This term is termed as decision parameter pk. A plus b whole square is applied, and this is again further expanded. 2 is taken inside the bracket. We use a plus b whole square over here, and this is further entire term is expanded. And we get this as a decision parameter equation named by 1. We use this decision parameter equation to find out the decision parameter, next decision parameter iteratively inside the loop. So this was the equation that we got. The next decision parameter is obtained by simply changing the equation by substituting x with the next value of x, y with the next value of y. And then we subtract 2 equation from 1, 2 minus 1, and after subtraction we find that 3 and 3 will get cancelled out, 2r square and 2r square will cancelled out, remaining terms are copied down, and the equation comes out to be this. Next value of x iteratively inside the iteration is always incremented by 1. So we substitute this in the above equation over here, and we get xk plus 1. Next value of x is substituted as xk plus 1. Here also next value of x is substituted as xk plus 1. So these are the values which we are substituting. Now again expand a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab, and this is the term we don't have to expand over here. Now let's see what happens. Certain terms gets cancelled out, xk square, xk, the reduced equation is over here. Take 2 value inside, multiply with the individual term, we get this value. And here 4 remains, and now this becomes a decision parameter equation. This will be used whenever the next value of y is either yk or yk minus 1, we will then further reduce the value of the next decision parameter. So there are two cases, when the decision parameter is less than 0 and when the decision parameter is greater than 0. For both the cases, the next decision parameter will vary. We'll use this to find out the decision parameter equation in both the cases, case 1, case 2. So we take case 1, when the decision parameter is less than 0, as discussed, then the next value of y will be yk. Substitute this in the given equation, substitute it in 3. We substitute this next value of yk as yk, and this gets cancelled out. And the equation, leftover equation is this. This is used in the algorithm when for all the values of decision parameter which are less than 0. Case 2, when the decision parameter is greater than or equal to 0, that means we have to choose the S pixel which is lower 1, and the next value of yk will be yk minus 1. Substituting it in the equation 3, here we substitute yk plus 1 is yk minus 1, and here also. we get this equation. It is further expanded and certain terms gets cancelled out. This is the leftover equation. The values gets added to 10, and this is a next decision parameter equation used in the case 2 when current decision parameter is greater than 0. So to summarize, we say case 1 when decision parameter is less than 0, x is incremented by 1 in both the cases, but we choose an upper pixel t and the value of yk. And next decision parameter is this. However, when the decision parameter is greater than or equal to 0, yk is chosen as yk minus 1 and the next decision parameter will be this. These two calculations. Now let us see how the first decision parameter is calculated. We know the first point is 0r. We need to calculate the first decision parameter based on which the next decision parameters will be calculated. First point is 0 comma r. We use this equation to find out the first decision parameter. Substitute x0 as 0 as r. We get these values. Certain terms become 0, 2 into 0 and 4 into 0. 2r square gets cancelled out, and now we have the first decision parameter as 3 minus 2r. So coming to the algorithm, input to the algorithm will be the radius and the center xc yc. Find out the first decision parameter as 3 minus 2r. Check the value of the first decision parameter. If it is less than 0, then we use these calculation. Else, we use these calculation. And we find out the next decision parameter, p1. We plot the current pixel by shifting it with respect to the center xc yc by simply adding the value. Whatever x and y we obtain, we add the center value and shift it to the desired location. And obtain, using the Nocton symmetry, obtain the remaining 7 points. Repeat these steps. These steps are repeated till the entire 1 octant is over. And the condition for 1 octant to be over is y is equal to x. When both the value they become equal, the 1 octant will be over. Let us understand how we can rasterize a circle with respect to the radius 10 and the center 0, 0. So we are given radius as 10. We are given the value of the radius as 10. The first point is 0, comma 10. So we'll be performing a calculation along the 1 octant. So we have a first point as 0, comma 10. What are the next pixel positions? For that we need a first decision parameter, which was 3 minus 2r. It turns out to be minus 17. So first decision parameter is minus 17. We are going to use these two cases for the reference, and we'll calculate the further decision parameters and identify the points. Because the first decision parameter is minus 17, because the first decision parameter is minus 17, we know that it is less than 0. The current value of decision parameter is less than 0. So we increment the value of x by 1 and y will remain the same. So so we get the next value as 1 and y remains the same, 10. But the next decision parameter p1 will be calculated using this formula. So we calculate p1 as p0 plus 4x0 plus 6, and this turns out to be minus 11. So this is again less than 0. So less than 0. So again your value of x will be incremented by 1, but y will remain the same. So next value will be 2, comma 10. It will be 2 and 10. And next decision parameter p2 will be calculated using again the same equation, pk plus 4xk plus 6. So you put down the value p1 plus 4x1 plus 6, which comes out to be minus 1, again negative, less than 0. X is incremented by 1 and y also remains the same. So next pixel values will be 3, comma 10. And the next decision parameter, we use the same formula, pk plus 4xk plus 6. So we get the value as 13. Now this value is positive. So in the iteration, we'll apply the second case when the pk is greater than 0. When pk is greater than 0, x is incremented by 1, y is minus 1. So in the next iteration, we should get the value as 4 and 9. So we get 4 and 9 as the next pixel. And P4 will now be calculated using this formula. 4 of xk minus yk. So 4 of xk minus yk, we use this formula to calculate the next decision parameter. This will be equal to P4, which is x3 minus y3, which is 3 minus 10 minus 7, and we get the value as minus 5. It is again less than 0, so we use case 1 calculation. So x is incremented by 1, y remains the same, and we use this pk plus 4xk plus 6 for the next decision parameter, which is p5. We get the value as 17, which is positive. So we use case 2 calculations to find out the next value, which will be 6 and 8, because y is decremented by 1, and next decision parameter is obtained by pk plus 4xk minus yk plus 10. So this is P6 is P5 plus 4 of x5 minus y5 plus 10. We get the value as 11. 11 is again, it is greater than 0. So we use this case 2. So next values will be 7 and 7. And here we find that y and x becomes same. So in the one octant calculation, whenever we have one octant as this and we want to draw a circle, we are obtaining points along this path. This is the first point, 0, 10, then 1, 10, then 1, 10, then 2, 10, 3, 10, then we get 4, 9, then 5, 9, 6, 8, and 7, 7. So we obtained a calculation along the one octant, and rest of the octant is obtained by simply placing an appropriate sign, and we get all the pixels. And we see this line y is equal to x. This is a line where y is equal to x. Hence we stop our iteration. We start from 0, 10 and we stop whenever we get the value of y is equal to x. So these are the set of pixel points that can be plotted. I hope the concept is clear. Thank you.